Here I have a total of 26 hives. Know whether your hive has honey, because no matter what I do, I just come and lift it on one side. Righter. Yeah. So this one, they are prospect that we have honey, but it's not yet full. So I was contemplating on harvesting it before the rain. We are smoking to.
Check your shake.
You can see the bar. The brooder. The brooder is from here to that side. So all this is where the honey is kept. You cut.
Wow. This is a KTBH smoke.
My name is Samuel Budia Moigai. I'm a retired teacher and a bee farmer. I started this venture way back in 2004. But by then I had no passion. I started with about 12 hives, but I never took care of them. So in one time I used to have about 5 to 6 hives which are colonized. And with the time I was busy. By then I was a teacher. I was doing some other business, so I never put so much interest in them. The idea of commercializing, as you can see, most of my beehives are new. It came in the year 2020 when the corona hit and we were forced to stay at home. And so I decided to increase my apiary so that it can have a commercial angle. So far, I have 3 apiary. One is at my homestead. This is my former father's homestead. Here I have 61 hives. Out of 61 hives, only 19 are not colonized. 19 are empty. At home we have 29, of which 20 have bees. And I also have another place near Ruiru called Karangi. I have a total of 25, all of which they are colonized. So that's where we are. I started harvesting properly this year. Last year it was so challenging because it was so cold. Much of last year, from April to October, it was very cold, and much of my bees were affected. So it's only this year that we have tried to regenerate. And out of a total of 122 hives, I think 90, as today, 90 are colonized. I also have few out there. I think I have in various places. There is another place in Chuka where we are trying to put up another apiary with my brother-in-law. I've taken 3 of my hives there in order to see how they are going to do. In 2 years' time, I want to have about not less than 200 hives. When I started, it was more or less like, what do you call it? Because this thing was introduced to me by one of my colleagues whom we were working with. It was initially, before he came to where I was working, He was working with Isipe. He's the one who introduced to me in 2004. So it was, by then it was not in me. I started then, but it was not in me. And with the time I found I've harvested 82 kg, and I'm prospecting before the end of the year. I can be able to harvest more than 600 kg of honey. So the project itself is viable. The project itself can be able to employ you. You only require a hive, nothing else. Because if this KTBH can give you a minimum of 12 kg and a maximum, the maximum I have gotten from it is 22 kg, one hive. So, and I'm buying this hive at an average of 5,000. So one harvest will be able to buy that. One harvest, I'm selling my honey at between 850 and 800. So if it is 10 kg, that's about 8,000. So you already have an extra one hive. So you only require the money for one hive. The structure themselves, you can improvise, and you don't need to build the way I've built. You can use even the timber. It's cheaper. So it is so cheap. Something else, maybe I want to say, predominantly here is a dairy farming area. So I decided to go out of my way and try something different and see what I can be able. And there are so many people who are coming up now. So it's something which is viable. The only challenge is that being predominantly dairy farming, there is a lot of napier grass which do not flower. So maybe one hive, it can take even a full year for one hive to harvest. But if you have the like me now, because most of my hives are colonized, it will come a time when I will be harvesting almost on a daily basis. The queen will only lay eggs in the brooder. What we have in the storage compartment is pure honey, less those the eggs and whatever, and the larvae. Yeah. There are those small black ants and the Safari ants. Those are the two major challenges, because those small ones, black ants, they feed on the honey, and the bee cannot be able to sting it because they are too tiny. The Safari ant will go and eat the eggs and the larva. Those are the major challenges. But as you can see, my structure, there is a cup-like where we pour the oil, a cup-like structure. Pour the oil such that none of, or if any of those ants try to climb up, it will get into the oil and die. I also constantly inspect my hives. Every 2 days, I have to go through all of them and see whether there is any challenge. We have any challenge. If there are any challenge, I'm able to attend before it escalates. Yeah. In most cases, they do migrate. If they get a challenge, they'll just migrate. Like now, especially when it's almost starting to rain. The safari ants, or there are a lot of safari ants moving around. So if they get a chance and get in, those bees will just migrate. So here, I don't have the challenge of safari ants here, because at least here it is relatively hot, and they are very allergic to heat, the safari ants. But where we are on the other side, because of the coolness of the trees, they are very common there. But I always keep on checking now and then, now and then. Honey itself, if it is not adulterated, you'll always get market. Mine I sell locally. I'm telling, last month I harvested 47.2 from Karangi. I harvested about 82 kg, and I don't have any now. And I sold it locally. So long as people know that your honey is pure, your honey is not adulterated, you'll always get the market. Yeah. I've not ventured out there, but I know I'll get market. Market is there. Market is there for pure, genuine honey. You'll always get market. This year I've harvested it 2 kg. I've sold it all, and maybe by the end of the month I'll harvest another 50 kg, of which I already have orders. So if people know that your product is genuine and pure, they'll always come for you. Yeah. There is no way you can move away from technology. We have to be part and parcel of what's new, what new comes. But concrete hives, I've seen it. I've read about it in the media. I've seen it at Ezekiel, and one, it is good for places where it's very hot, and again where there is the challenge of the honey badger, because they cannot be able to move it easily. When the right time comes, we'll adopt it. Because I'm not retreating from this. So during the right time, I'll embrace it. In fact, I'll order about 2 and see how they are going to fare. Okay. If they fare well, I'll embrace it. Yeah. That is one of the drinking points of the bees. You can see that tank drips, and when it drips, that water lands into some small narrow canals, so they come and run there and drink from there. I've also placed an open water burn on that tank, So there are some which drink on that place, and the others on the other side. Even in the morning, you find them there. In the evening, you find them. I don't know how many times an individual bee drink, but do you know water is one of the components of making honey? So it doesn't drink for its own use. It also drinks to go and make honey. So I don't know how many trips or how many times one particular bee makes, but they drink. They drink a lot of water. I come to my apiary maybe in the morning, 2 hours, and then I go wherever I want to go. Any other engagement. It's not like dairy farming or poultry farming where you have to be there 24 hours. This one you only need, it is very easy to manage. And the cost effective for this farming is only when you're installing the beehives. After that, you keep on leaping. But for a dairy farming, if you want to leap from that cow, you have to put it on a daily basis. So it's cost, you only incur the initial cost of laying down the structure and the hive. After that, so I would encourage, and especially people from this area, because the people from this area, all of them think about the cow. Their minds geared about the cow. This is something which they can try and they get something out of it. Yeah. There's so many people now who are coming up. There's so many people who now today calls me and asks me about this, because for the reason that I just had a shot of my hives and put them in the Facebook. So people are going to embrace it in future. There is a future in it. And again, people now know the benefit of the honey as compared to the normal sugar. So there is a lot of opportunity for those who intend to start farming. It is also important to start something else which is not common within your locality. Yeah, there aren't many people who are farming around here, I think. It is me and somebody else I saw in the media. I don't know whether his apiary has kicked off. So with the current state of information, I know people will start, and there is a future in this project. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.